Millions of people have seen his movies, loved his calm fortitude, and believed the stories he chose to tell. But behind the Kevin Costner is calm and grounded, and there are conversations that don't often get out to the public. And now, at 68, one name has come up in those thoughts. Rob Reiner. Not as a controversy, but as something much more revealing, because the most significant stories aren't always the loudest ones. Kevin Costner's path was anything but clear long before he became famous. He was born in California, therefore he didn't grow up with a lot of Hollywood connections. He had normal problems in his early years, like trying to figure out what to do with his life, looking for meaning, and wondering if acting was even a good choice. He did odd jobs, got turned down again and over, and waited for years for a moment that might never arrive. At the same time, Rob Reiner was growing up in a world that was very much related to show business. He was the son of famous filmmaker Carl Reiner, thus he knew how to tell stories from the inside out. But even with that background, he didn't automatically climb. He made his own way. First as an actor, then as a director, he became known for creating stories that were emotional and character-driven. Then came the years that changed everything for both of them. Costner became one of the most acclaimed leading males in Hollywood after movies like Dances with Wolves and The Untouchables. His performances were modest yet powerful, controlled, measured, and very human. People liked how he held back. He didn't need to make things sound more emotional than they were. He gave it some air. Reiner, on the other hand, became known for directing movies that were all about conversation and connection. When Harry Met Sally and A Few Good Men are two examples of how he was able to get great performances out of actors by working with them and being transparent about his feelings. But there was a bigger difference underlying the success. People who know the business say that actors like Costner and directors like Reiner have quite different ideas about how to tell a story. People generally say that Reiner's style is inward, focused on subtlety, control, and being present. Reiner's style, on the other hand, invites actors to explore, grow, express, and push situations further. Many think that when these creative ideas come together, even if it's not immediately, there is an underlying tension. It's not conflict, but difference, a silent push and pull between vision and performance. People who worked in related fields have remembered times when choices regarding tone, tempo, or how to convey emotions became topics of conversation. Scenes could change in ways that are not expected. Interpretations could change. And while these moments didn't often make it to the public, they changed the final product in ways that audiences would never completely see. A major change in Hollywood in the late 1980s and 1990s is regularly brought up in industry talks. Expectations changed as films did. Directors wanted actors to be more open about their feelings, while actors like Costner stayed true to their devotion to reality. It wasn't about being right or wrong. It was all about how you looked at it. Another turning point came when both guys had more creative freedom. Costner became a director and told stories the way he wanted to. Reiner kept working on his voice, finding a balance between structure and emotional depth. Their paths didn't cross, but they did reflect each other in unexpected ways. And as time went on, that difference changed into something else. Later, Costner has talked about things not with criticism, but with understanding. A lot of people think that when he talks about directors like Reiner, he doesn't mean to disagree. They're about respect and understanding that stories are better when they are different from one another. Because no two visions are ever the same in Hollywood. As the years went by, both individuals left behind legacies that still had an effect on the business. Costner became known for his independence, his willingness to take risks, and his commitment to authenticity. Reiner stayed a symbol of working together and presenting stories through conversation that touch people on a personal level. Looking back now, the truth. Costner talks about turmoil that isn't veiled. It's something quieter. It's the understanding that good stories don't originate from just one way of doing things. It comes from the tension between ideas, from the balance between control and expression. Their stories are now like two trips that run parallel to each other. Different approaches can lead to the same effect. Because sometimes the folks who perceive the world differently aren't problems, they're mirrors. And in that reflection, we find something deeper. Not just about Hollywood, but about creativity itself. If this story changed the way you think, please let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more movies that tell the story behind Hollywood's most famous people.